Hello and good morning. I'm trying to do a very quick market overview from the technical analysis perspective using Karinen Momentum indicator in under 5 minutes. Just gonna run through the major US markets and the sectors. So first I'm looking at the monthly chart of ES futures, so S&P 500. Previous month confirmed a blue turn positive, and this one is printing green. Why does that matter? Previous time we had a bigger dip here. Once it turned blue and green, from there the going was good. 2002, it didn't work that way right on the first try, so there it tried, it failed. Second time it worked. So while it's not perfect, it's pretty solid. And that's why these colors here are worth caring about. The same kind of image on Nasdaq. Green and green, it's stronger. Here, the 2008 drop, like so, worked the first time. Nasdaq futures really didn't have so much here, but if I check the QQQ, the history actually doesn't go any further, so that was a bit pointless. But for S&P 500, SPY goes further back in history, so then you could run this chart back and see how well it has worked previously. I'm not going to do that now. Dow Jones has turned also green, looking pretty strong, and IWM has turned green, looking much weaker than any of these previous ones. Now I'm switching to the week. IWM looks bad, falling. Dow Jones is printing blue for the beginning of this new week here, or no, actually that's previous week. Now it's Monday morning and the markets haven't opened yet, so this could be a turning point higher for not Nasdaq, but Dow Jones. Going to Nasdaq, still in the rising trend that started from here. I'm actually expecting this to take a breather, go lower, maybe crash, or just take a breather and then keep going higher, because the monthly just turned positive. So I'm not really expecting this to fall a ton higher. Of course it could, like it did in the beginning of 2000s, 2001, 2002, somewhere there. SP 500. Okay. This turned higher here, so kind of like looking this to probably continue higher. Nasdaq maybe taking a breather. If S&P 500 continues higher, since Nasdaq and S&P 500 are pretty well married, I don't think this would fall much lower either. Who knows? So it's not super easy read on the daily. Nasdaq here has turned lower. Somewhere here, the price action isn't falling yet. I'm expecting this to maybe fall somewhere in this box that I've drawn. I've got some butterflies waiting somewhere in this area if the price goes there, giving me hopefully a nice lottery ticket type win. SP 500 time to try to turn lower, but it's now printing blue, so this is resisting the downturn that probably would happen pretty soon, because there's the up wave and then there's a down wave and there's an up wave. You see it here as well, up wave and down wave and up wave, and it's trying to start the down wave. I don't know when it will start, but eventually, of course, there will be some kind of move downwards, and after that some kind of move upwards, and I'm playing these moves. Dow Jones kind of curving here, maybe slowing down at some point, maybe. Who knows? But at some point these up moves, they end. Sometimes the indicator turns lower faster than the actual price action does, but eventually it usually goes to kiss this, or even falls below this blue line, which is simply the 50 period. Why is it EMA? I thought I'm blue. Okay. Oh. Okay, it's EMA. I would kind of like it to be SMA, but I'm going to change it now. and the Russell 2000 has been moving higher. It's still under the 50 period exponential, so when it turns low the next time, I think that this would probably have more downside than the others probably do. And next I would like to run through the sectors on the daily. Energy has been hitting resistance here. If it stays below that resistance, the Karinen Momentum indicator will pretty soon turn down, and then I would say that the energy goes and checks. I don't know if we can break below that point, but who knows, maybe it can. It's kind of in a downtrend now. Not very strong, but it is. Financials, really weak bounce here. Of course it is still a bounce, so it fell. We had the bank's problems. Now it has been moving higher, and at some point this will turn down again. Imagining that the banks don't get like miraculously saved for any reason, this probably has some further downside when it is the time to go down. Not yet, I would say. Basic materials, also similar resistance situation here. Hasn't turned down yet, but kind of like looking, maybe it will turn this week, maybe it doesn't. Technology has turned lower. The momentum has turned lower, but the price, well, it has headed lower. Not much. If the bear cycle is this week, then the next leg up would be strong, and of course it can go lower down. I'll be watching. I'm anticipating the downside, hopeful downside in technology via the QQQs, so I'm not planning to do a double trade via XLK. It's another option for the same idea. XLU has been heading higher, hitting resistance, turning lower. Momentum indicator not doing that just yet on the daily, but kind of looks like many things are starting to think about turning lower. Industrials, similar story, hitting resistance here, kind of not being able to move considerably higher. The run started here, then it fell, and now it's not kind of moving much up. Let's see. Healthcare had a very nice run. At some point this will turn, and when it turns, there's probably most of the time there's some downside to be had, so kind of like a little bit bearish now, not necessarily trading much bearish yet, but I'm watching at these. The same story pretty much everywhere. At some point these green waves will turn maroon, and then it's time to be short for a moment. XLY has turned already lower. Now it's kind of opening higher, so this short cycle hasn't been really strong yet. Last time it fell, bounced, and then it fell. So maybe, who knows, maybe we could have similar behavior now, or maybe not. That's an idea. This is turning now, so XLP would be kind of the perfect timing for a short. There's also a resistance level right there, which I'm sure you already saw, but if I draw it from here, it's pretty like obvious. Even from here, that has been kind of resistance support level since much longer time ago, but I'm not going to start moving it now. So I'm kind of like looking for this to crash down. Probably going to trade XLP lower today. XLRE, so real estate, pretty weak bullish wave. Of course it kind of moved $2, so 10%, that's fine. And now it's hitting resistance, already falling. Who knows, maybe this will turn down as well. Could be doing that. XLC, communication services sector, price moving higher. This has already turned lower. I don't know if it's going to get turned lower. Now it's opening lower, so maybe the downside is starting here as well. Who knows? Biotechnology, really weak bull cycle. The next time it turns down, could be a really strong bear cycle like this one there. And it seems that the market's opened now. XRT turning orange now with today's data. At least the opening price, of course, this color or whatever color there is confirmed when the day is closing. XHB, so home builders, there's been a really weak bullish cycle. At some point this will turn lower, and there could be some downwards movement like from here to here there was, and sometimes the bullish cycles are strong. This time it wasn't, so because it was a weak one, I'm kind of thinking the next bear cycle could be the strong cycle. Semiconductors here turned bearish hasn't fallen much, pretty much the same story as with Nasdaq, and maybe at some point it starts falling, maybe it does not. Oil producers has had a pretty strong bull cycle, probably getting the colors soon here. Maybe yes, maybe no, and at some point this will turn down, and then this could be an interesting short as well. And that's pretty much it. ICLN is clean energy, turning lower now in a bearish trend, maybe a fine short. I don't know how long this took. 10 minutes, okay, double the length than I thought it would be. I'll aim to do this quicker the next time. Let's see if I can make it. Have a great week and trade safe. Bye.